Lights. These are battery-operated outdoor meadow grass stakes. What they mean by that is very simply this. The use of these decorative grasses has been so popular in landscaping today. So these emulate those long, long strands of grass, but they light up, and they light up with this marvelous amber shade that's perfect for harvest. At $16.70, these are now clearance sale priced. They're outdoor rated, obviously. We just set them in the mulch with a little bit of wind. But what I'd recommend, quite frankly, tuck them into greenery. Tuck them into some kind of grasses, bushes, things of that nature, just to give you light and illumination as a surprise where you wouldn't have it before.
Yeah, it's a real ingenious idea. We took our fairy lights. Yeah, so this is really cool. We took our fairy lights and wound them up. It's almost like the top of a fishing rod. And these are tall. And you can stake these. By the way, it comes in a set of 3, so you get all 3. They're all tied to this one battery box, 3 or 6 hour timer. We have a bunch of great lighting options on this as well. So just stake it into your mulch beds, into your plants like we have here. You know, anywhere you want this to go, to have the light that kind of comes out and over, giving you that great height.
It's the idea, again, is just that little bit of visual surprise. They're 44 inches in height, and they work extremely well.
Yeah.
When you have lights in unexpected areas, it's a little pop of surprise. Give you an example. Just in our mulch pit, we tuck them in next to greenery here, and it's just enough to create a little bit of a moment.
Cool. Yeah, it really is. And that lighting function, I believe we call that twinkle, but it looks like a waterfall. So I think that is really cool how the lights are kind of moving up and down along those rods there. All 3 of those are tied to that one battery box, and it is pretty. That amber colored light is just gorgeous against your greenery, isn't it?
It is. And what I would do, I'd pick up a few and pop them in different areas.
Yes, you can put this in real arrangements. Yep. We have one in our back corner. I'm not sure if we can see
and
that.
It's really a different look. Yeah, I'll take them back
here.
here.
Walk back there.
It's one of the most unusual but versatile ways to do any lighting. And this is actually difficult to do on your own. So we've had this urn sitting back here in this corner for weeks. But by adding these 3 spokes of light, and they're subtle. That's the idea.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's that beautiful, warm, almost hinting towards orange. And that is easy. It's easier than wrapping light strands around that. So it just brings the light out. I was thinking too, Dan, I know I don't have any over here by our big deal today, but if you had these in urns, and then maybe you put some of these on the top, you know, behind your arrangements that you have in urns, I thought that would be really pretty too. It's a different look. I think it's really a designer look.
I'm going to recommend you play. Yes. Play with it. Over here, over by the other side of the door, I've got a small twig tree. On a bigger tree, this does not work. I can tell you flat out, doesn't work. But it works really well on trees like this, where you put it right in front, because lighting trees is very difficult. So it gives the illusion of the bottom of the tree trunk being lit.
Yeah, it really is. You know, it's like you ever see the people wind the lights around the trees. So this is a cooler option. It's something different. You know, at Bethlehem Lights, the team really likes to come up with new lighting ideas for you.
I got to tell you, I'm frustrated.
It moves really well too.
I'm frustrated because when I first saw this idea, and I was partially responsible for you guys doing this one, I thought that this was going to be the neatest thing, because it just adds that light where it's not expected.
Oh, how cool is that? And look how it moves too.
Yeah.
The wind, I love that.
Around my pool area, for years, we had decorated with this sawgrass. But it was a nightmare every fall, because every fall I had to cut it back. And it got unruly. So I was talking about how can we replace that look with something that's kind of cool. And that's where this came from. And then playing around with it in different areas of the farm, tucking them into places that you wouldn't expect. It really was a magical effect. These are clearance sale priced. I can't get them back in. That's my frustration. When these are gone, they're gone. And it is still an unusual enough style of lighting that we didn't do a ton of these.
No, I know.
So I honestly thought this was going to be the next greatest thing.
Yeah. Well,
we're down to our finite quantities, play with these. I think you'll have fun.
You know what, they are great, and you can spread them out like you saw them outside there.
Yeah.
There's about, I think, about 2 feet between each stake, just about, maybe around 20 inches.
And I don't know why.
So, or you could put them all together like this if you want that. Look, no, that's great. Yeah.
The number
So
3 is a
versatile.
magical number. I don't know why, but it just seems to be really pleasing to the eye. So it's kind of nice to have 3 of them tucked in. And leave them outdoors. You can use them indoors, but leave them outdoors. You don't have to worry about the elements at all. And that's their newest battery box.
Yeah, this is great. There's that 3 or 6 hour timer. You can set this on regular timer, or you could use the photo sensor option. So when it gets dark out, as it's starting to, the days are getting a little shorter now,
Yeah.
you can use that option too. So they'll come on for you every single night when it gets dark out.
That's 40% less than what we made them available for you just a few weeks back. Take advantage of it. And this color of light, I think it lends itself to all year round. Some people look at it for harvest, but it's perfect when we get it at harvest. Enjoy.
Thank you,
Thank
Van.
you so very, very much. Coming up a little bit later, my buddy Rob Del Casal is with us, and he's got from Revolve 3.4. These are the rotating